Good morning, everyone, and welcome to This Day. It is October 7th, and nice day out today. We are going to, kind of cool down, warm up, get a little winds. I'll tell you about that in just a moment. A little bit of everything this week, except rain, no rain. All right, on our show today from Amazing Hearing, we have Ann Mundell Knoll, and she's an audiologist. She's going to talk about, among other things, a Senate bill that they're looking at that has to do with some options for Medicare, where people can get help for their hearing loss. Also today on our show, we have from Your Home Care, we have a couple guests, and they're going to talk about their services, and they actually have a storefront that's just right down the street. And Christian Women's Connection, we have Joe Herendine on today, going to talk about two events that they're going to be having coming up, and also a segment from RadNet. Now, there's no open meetings today, so I can get right to the weather. And this is a little bit of a tricky week, although there's no rain in the forecast, but the temperatures kind of go down, and as they go down, though, we could end up getting some Santa Ana winds with that. So it's a little bit strange here, but the days that we are going to look to get some winds are probably Wednesday afternoon, Thursday, maybe Friday. So when you look at that, look at the drop on Wednesday going down to 74 degrees. Now, most of these winds are primarily going to not affect Orange County too much. We'll certainly get some, but really looking at more out in Riverside and those areas. Kind of like if last week we had some of those winds, but they weren't too bad. So we'll just have to wait and see on that and see if there's any red flag warning going up or not, because at least for this area, the temperatures aren't going to be that high, which is good news. Inland, they'll be closer to 90 degrees, but that's still, when we get these Santa Ana winds, it's still not that bad. Often we'll get close to up in the upper 90s, so that's not too bad. Then the temperatures rise again on Friday. Again on Friday, the days we get these winds might shift a little bit, so a chance of Friday winds. And then even looking into next weekend on Saturday and Sunday, we'll be hovering right about the mid-80s. So no rain at all, a little windy possibly, and one day where it just drops down. It gets really cool, which is fine by me. Let's look around Orange County today, and mild to warm depending where you go. The beaches are going to hover around 78. Everywhere else you can see inland, North OC and all will be in the mid to upper 80s, kind of like what we had yesterday. This is pretty much identical to yesterday. Not much difference at all. San Diego, 86, and Palm Springs, 99 degrees. So overall, a pretty nice day, and we'll see how bad those winds get as we get to the middle of the week. All right, nice overview there, and we'll be back in just a moment.
I'm Dr. Leif Loberg, and I want to welcome you to our brand new facility here in Laguna Woods. We've been serving the community since 2006, and we're super excited to bring you an awesome team of doctors, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Asaturians, Dr. Vian, myself, here to serve you in our brand new state-of-the-art facility. Call us in the morning and we'll get you in the same day, guaranteed.
Most real estate agents stick to the 3 Ps of marketing. They place it on the MLS, they put up a sign, and pray that it sells. Laguna Premier Realty takes a different approach to marketing your home. From professional and high-quality photos, to high-definition video, single property websites, and 3D virtual tours. We will make your property stand out and, most importantly, sell. So whether you are looking to list your current home or find your dream home in the village, Laguna Premier Realty is here to help.
Individual care, specialized care. At Harvard Eye Associates, we care about your vision and quality of life. Our trusted doctors provide a wide range of multi-specialty services for the treatment of medical eye conditions, all within one practice. Come join the Circle of Care at Harvard Eye Associates, where the future of vision is today.
Hi, I'm Ann Mundell Noel, audiologist and owner of Amazing Hearing. As an audiologist, I have the education and expertise to assess, diagnose, and treat hearing loss. Hearing aids are only one part of the treatment process. The way we have been taught to fit, counsel, and use hearing therapy is what makes us different. Amazing Hearing, audiologists with the education, expertise, and empathy to change how you hear.
And with me right now is Ann Mundell Noel, and she's an audiologist with Amazing Hearing. Great to have you back again.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and today we're talking about a few things. And first want to mention that this month, October, is National Audiology Awareness Month, right?
Yes, it is. And with that, it's just making patients and people in general aware that what an audiologist is and where they can go for hearing loss.
So let's talk about that.
Okay.
What is an audiologist? And I guess we want to compare them to someone who is sells hearing aids or can adjust hearing aids, things like that. So what is the difference? Where are the extra steps that an audiologist does?
Well, as an audiologist, as a minimum, we have a master's degree, and now as of 2007, you have to have a doctorate degree in order to be an audiologist. So one of the differences between an audiologist and a hearing aid dispenser is that you could be a hearing aid dispenser. If you studied for a year, you had a high school education, you could start selling hearing aids.
Okay.
So as an audiologist with a minimum of 6 to 7 years of college education in hearing sciences alone, we are better equipped to handle hearing loss. We can assess it, we can diagnose it, we can treat it, we can counsel it. So there's a much larger scope of what an audiologist can do. A hearing aid dispenser is looking at just fitting the device, and an audiologist really kind of has more tools in the toolbox, if you would kind of put it that way.
Okay.
That they could use counseling, we do balance, we do interactive things with the medical comorbidities, affecting diabetes, heart. We look at all those things together.
And you mentioned as of 2007, you have to have a doctorate degree?
Correct. So now I have a master's degree, so I have 4 years undergraduate, 2 years master's.
Right.
But now you have to go and get that third year because they're doing more things like intraoperative monitoring and things with children with cochlear implants. And so there's a bigger scope of what an audiologist can do. Okay,
and we talked about this before we went on. Would that mean with a doctorate degree you would be considered a doctor? So, a doctor of audiology, let's say.
Correct. It's an AUD, not an MD.
Okay.
So an AUD means that you're the doctor of audiology.
Okay.
And that would allow you to be considered an LLP, a limited licensed professional, kind of like a chiropractor or a dentist, where you would then be seen as the leader or the doctor of your field.
Okay, could you prescribe medicine then?
So no, we can't prescribe medicine, but we can we're looking to do direct access. So the reason that our profession went into becoming a doctorate degree in audiology was so that Medicare would recognize us as the hearing specialists.
Okay, all right. Now, we mentioned Senate bill. Tell me about this, because often we hear the high cost of hearing aids, and well, you know that.
Sure.
They can be
thousands of dollars.
Sure. Yeah. So is this something that if this were passed, like the first step of maybe, are hearing aids part of Medicare in any form right now, where they go, okay, we'll get you you can get the base model?
No. So what happened is Medicare was originally formed to be major medical insurance. So eyes, ears, and teeth are not included in Medicare services. But through the years, Medicare has become everyone's everyday insurance, kind of when you retire. And so now we're trying to get a larger scope of coverage through Medicare. And so this Senate bill, it's Senate Bill S-2446. Tomorrow I will be handing out a letter at the Hearing Well Club in Clubhouse 3. and I'm sure Tony will have it on her website at thehearingwellclub.com.
Okay.
And people can pick it up from there. But it's a letter asking your senator to support this bill, which would allow audiologists to be your direct access for hearing loss. So right now you have to go through an MD, get a prescription, and it's only covered if there's a real medical condition, an ear infection, a tumor, or something along those lines.
Okay.
Whereas this bill would allow patients to come directly to an audiologist to be assessed and treated, and then they could choose to go wherever they want to get their hearing aids. Right now, Medicare doesn't pay for hearing aids, but they pay for cochlear implants. So it's kind of just a continuum of how long it'll be.
So this would be a start of...
It would be a major breakthrough for people to come, because all insurances follow what Medicare does. So if Medicare doesn't pay for hearing tests, none of the other insurance companies will pay. But if Medicare starts paying for hearing tests more than just a medical emergency kind of thing.
I didn't realize that. I thought they paid for medical tests, but not hearing aids.
Oh,
but they don't.
Me.
Wow.
Not the test unless it's prescribed by a doctor.
Wow. Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how, you know, even with normal insurance, meaning our insurance, I can go ahead and get eye care insurance and dental care insurance, but there's no hearing care insurance.
It's evolving, and I will say that it is evolving.
But it's interesting.
But in people, what we know is that if they would do something at an earlier age, that they would solve a lot of, or prevent a lot of medical things, such as balance and falling, cognitive decline, isolation, depression. There's a lot of things we know are associated with hearing loss that if it were treated earlier, then we could prevent those things. And that's why the Medicare bill is so important.
Okay. So as you said, hearing loss, how it affects people. And as you mentioned, in many ways, not just hearing.
Yeah, so what happens is it's balance issues, but it's more cognitive. So what we know is that the brain cannot remember what it doesn't hear. It seems simple, but it also affects communication. It's affecting spousal deafness, right? When you get married, it automatically comes, or you say, I do, but people think that you're not listening to them. But if the brain is only getting a partial message, you're taking and pausing to think, what are they really saying? And so I might ignore you because I'm processing in my head. But it leads to a lot of other issues, especially communication issues between family members, starts to lead to isolation and depression. So as an audiologist and having the counseling skills to be able to help families and patients walk through that process is what we're trained to do.
Okay, and you know, we have on the screen identifying hearing loss, and this is, you know, pretty common things. This is not something that's out of the ordinary. It happens to vast majority of people with age.
Sure.
So, and you know, I think some of the hard part of this is the person themselves. They may not know, or they may know, and they're like, well, I don't want to spend the money. I don't want to do this. I don't want to.
Right.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is that people in the past thought hearing aids were more noticeable, but now they are being widely accepted, basically because there's so many people using things that are hanging from their ears all over. The other thing is that hearing aids are not noticeable. I could put a hearing aid into your ear and nobody would even notice that you have one on. We say that a hearing aid is much less conspicuous than a hearing loss, right? If you can hear, people aren't looking in your ears to see if you have something in there. It's when you can't hear that they're like, what's going on with that guy, right?
Yeah.
But the other thing is that they connect so well with technology. So with iPhones, you actually can do better with hearing aids than a normal listener can.
Yeah, and so some of the things that you folks make you a little bit different, and you work on the quality of life, and you're not trying to hard sell anybody, you're just trying to find the right options for them, because there are many options, right?
Sure, and what we are trying to do is I put myself as the owner of Amazing Hearing in my patient's chair, and to say they have very few options to really work with hearing loss and getting a better quality of life. It's not like the doctors where there's thousands of them out there. There's a limited number, especially of audiologists out there.
There are.
And so what we try to do is just be the bridge between them and a better quality of life. but we offer a 45-day trial if it's a hearing aid that you need. We have a full array of assistive devices in our office, and our staff is always there ready to answer any questions if patients walk in and have questions.
All right, and where are you located?
We are in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center in Oak Brook Plaza.
All right.
So we would love to have you come by sometime and check out our display.
All right, and good to see you again.
Thank you very much.
You take care.
Appreciate it.
And good information. We'll see how that Senate bill goes.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back.
October is Audiology Awareness Month. Studies show that 70% of the people over the age of 65 have some form of hearing loss which affects their lives. Hearing loss is common, yet not healthy. Your brain needs to hear a complete spectrum of sound to process it quickly and accurately. Audiologists are the experts in treating hearing issues. Come to Amazing Hearing and let our audiologists change the way you hear.
Envision, the eye doctor's #1 choice.
We are a community of surgeons and optometrists dedicated to helping you live better by seeing better.
We offer advanced lens options to fit your lifestyle. We also offer the latest in laser technology for cataract surgery. We are Envision, the eye doctor's #1 choice.
With clear vision, all things are possible. To schedule your appointment, contact us at 866-599-2740.
David's in jail? Where?
Here in San Antonio, ma'am. I'm David's lawyer, and I'm trying to get him out of jail.
Well, what do you need me to do?
Why, $700, or better yet, send me a credit card number and I'll get him out of jail immediately.
When in doubt, hang up. Scammers will find family facts for an emotional effect.
Oh, can I talk to him?
I'm sorry, ma'am. He's in jail. If you want to get him out, you got to get me $700 immediately.
If at all in doubt, hang up. It could save you from financial ruin.
Diane's Hallmark is a family-owned Gold Crown store that is much more than just a card store. Our women's department has apparel, accessories, and jewelry featuring Vera Bradley and Bagalini handbags. Our religious department carries many different Christian books and Bibles, plus a great selection of Christian gifts. Of course, we have a large selection of cards and gift wrap as well. Come in and experience our personalized service.
Through my window, I see the first sunlight, and I feel the warm ocean breeze. I see the waves that lulled me all night. That's what my window brings me.
Look at this.
That view is $1 million.
It's amazing we can look at these kinds of places within our budget.
You don't have a bad view from here anywhere you look.
It's all about the view. Sunday night is beach night. Sunday night at 8, only on HGTV.
The Senior Daycare Center in Laguna Woods is a beautiful, warm, and inviting place for you or your loved one to gather and create new friendships and memories. The combination of an enjoyable atmosphere and qualified caregiver supervision provides our local seniors the opportunity to get out and about and participate in activities that will improve their overall well-being. Please call or stop by 949-215-0004 or visit our website at yourhomecare.com.
Welcome back. We just saw that spot for your home care, and I'd like to welcome on our program right now Sigal Ronan and Cameron Chadwick. And well, they are here for the first time and talking about their services. So welcome, Cameron, Sigal. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. Thank you for having us.
And you know, we were talking just a little bit, and one of the things I asked him about, and I said, well, I noticed you have a storefront. Do you go into the home? How does that work? And we're going to get into that and find out more about you. So in general, what is your home care and what makes you different?
So we were founded by Mr. Boyd Warner, who's a resident of Laguna Hills for 36 years. He raised his children here, and he was extremely invested and passionate about this community in this city. He was a lay minister for about 10 years, just serving the needs of the seniors.
Okay.
And so when he had an opportunity to give back to the community, he wanted to invest in your home care to be able to provide home care for seniors that live nearby.
And how long ago was this? When did your company begin?
In 2016.
Okay, so just about 3 years. All right. Yeah. And you know, as I said, I noticed that you have a storefront, which is sometimes for a lot of home care companies they don't have. And you're located, it's right down the street here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so very close by. So what are some of the services that you provide?
Yeah, so the first thing that we do is we provide in-home care. And basically what that is helping seniors with daily activities of living, which our registered caregivers would do.
Okay.
And some of these services include is from bathing assistance or bathroom assistance or meal prep, cooking. They help with transportation needs, whether that be doctor visits, medication pickups, or going shopping.
Okay.
They also help with memory care support. They'll do light house cleaning, and of course they'll help with companionship.
All right, so at what basis that you do this? Is it by an hour, somebody comes in 4 hours a day, or is it 24 hours? What are the different options that people have?
Yeah, everything's basically tailored to the client.
Okay.
So they can come in for a few hours. Sometimes we have clients that are 24/7. Maybe they need transitional care for a short period of time, or they need long-term care. So everything's tailored to what they need.
Okay. And Sigal, tell us about the social club. Now we're showing photos here, and this is the part that I was talking about. That you have a storefront here, and is this your social club and stay care?
It is. So we're right next door to Mother's and CVS.
Yep. Okay.
And the space is beautiful. When Mr. Warner walked in, he just immediately fell in love with the idea of having people inside. And so what we did is we created a social club and stay care. And it's going to service Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5, and we're so excited because it's a social model. So it's designed to help support seniors, to give them a place to be able to come and connect and enjoy. It's very fresh and innovative, and we're extremely excited about it.
So is this part of, I guess I'll ask you this way. Is this something that somebody can just get? In other words, they go, hey, you know what, we don't need somebody in our home, but we would love to have this option. Or is this part of a package?
Yes, so they can come in. We do full day, we also do half day, and then based on availability, we'll do hourly, but mostly it's either 9 to 5, or we break it up into 2 sections where it's a morning or an afternoon.
Okay.
And it's gonna be really easy for them to come in. They can just come in and pick up an application and fill out the paperwork.
Okay, and what about, are there meals involved if they're there all day, or how does that work?
If they want meals. So we have the option to provide them a lunch, or they can bring their own. We'll also have some snacks.
Okay, very good. Now, what sets you folks apart from the myriad of other home care options that are out there?
Yeah, so we're extremely excited about the person we've brought in, our life enrichment director. Her name is Sandy, and she's a wonderful person. She's been a caregiver most of her life. She got her bachelor's degree in human services and has really spent her focus on gerontology, dementia, and Alzheimer's. She's got a master's in social work, and she's done a lot of work with Alzheimer's in Huntington Beach, being a community ambassador. She's worked with Leisure World in Seal Beach, and she just really understands the needs of the community. So she's going to be doing a lot of brain fitness activities, focusing on the cognitive and just enriching the lives of seniors, getting them out of the home, getting them connected with friendships. It's going to be wonderful.
Yeah, which is important, getting them out there.
Yeah.
Now, are you open at this point?
So our grand opening celebration is Thursday, October 17th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay.
And we're inviting the community to come out, come see us. It's an open house. We're gonna have amazing food, and we're gonna be raffling prizes, including a beautiful golf cart we're so excited to give away.
That's kind of nice.
And the mayor of Laguna Woods is gonna be coming out for the ribbon cutting ceremony.
All right, very good. Now, one question I have is, you know, we have this photo here with your van. This is how you go and pick somebody up and bring them to the to your storefront here, where people can be part of the social club and all that. So that's one of the services that you have, or take them to doctor's appointments and things like that.
Absolutely. If they need transportation, we want to be able to provide it. We know that a lot of people can get around. We're walking distance.
Yeah.
For many of the seniors, but if they need it, we're there.
All right, very good. So October 17th, and they're located, I know that's a grand opening, but are you open right now if somebody wanted to come by?
Yes, we are starting to take clients now. Yeah.
All right, very good. They're located next to Mother's Market. I think everyone here knows where that is. And yourhomecare.com, that is the website. You can call 949-215-0004 for more information. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks so
much for
having us.
You take care.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we'll see you again.
Yes.
We'll be back.
Thank you.
The Senior Daycare Center in Laguna Woods is a beautiful, warm, and inviting place for you or your loved one to gather and create new friendships and memories. The combination of an enjoyable atmosphere and qualified caregiver supervision provides our local seniors the opportunity to get out and about and participate in activities that will improve their overall well-being. Please call or stop by 949-215-0004 or visit our website at yourhomecare.com.
Hey Laguna Woods, it's Ken.
And Lisa.
Did you miss an episode of This Day? Not to worry. Head over to youtube.com and search Village Television.
Here you can find each episode of This Day and other community programs such as Good Day OC, Discovering Laguna Woods, and much more.
Just click the red subscribe button, then click the bell to be emailed every time we upload a video.
Don't miss out.
And subscribe today.
Did you know that the Laguna Hills Lodge was originally built as a place for relatives or friends to stay when they were visiting? In 1968, Laguna Woods' residents built the first two buildings of the lodge because they wanted a place close by for visitors to stay. Since then, the lodge has become the spare bedroom for the Laguna Woods' residents. The lodge has received the TripAdvisor Award of Excellence 8 years in a row. We invite you to stay in one of our recently remodeled garden rooms and take advantage of a special offer for Laguna Woods' residents, family, and friends.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
In a land of hopes and dreams lived a luxury lifestyle consultant with spectacular taste. One day he thought, I'll show lottery winners how to live like a millionaire.
I'm like gonna cry. Like, this is beautiful.
Pinch me. He scoured the land looking for the home of their dreams, which he slayed. So the families could live in plenty and live fabulously ever after.
All new My Lottery Dream Home, Friday night at 9 on HGTV.
Well, from the Christian Women's Connection, we have Joe Herendine here today. Always good to see you.
Good to see
Welcome
you.
back.
God bless you.
Yes,
Love
and
being here.
you know, you always got fun things that are going on.
Oh my goodness, that's why I get to talk about it.
Yes, yes, you do.
Because I'm excited.
So you got two things that are coming up. Well, one of them is your prayer coffee that you're having, and that is coming up
10th.
On the 10th, which is this Thursday. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just a preview to what this is about.
And so, but the prayer coffee is something that anyone can go to?
Yes, we invite everyone to come that would like to share with us.
And every month you do this?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right, nice
It's
little
always
gathering
exciting.
and all. Yeah, and but like you said, the major thing you're doing this month, of course, is your buffet luncheon, which you do every month, and this one is called Second Time Around.
So
right?
we always have a feature.
Yes,
and
you
so
do.
This feature this month that everyone loves to get in on the feature is something that women like, and this is a AGE. We have Second Time Around.
Yeah.
And these are lovely items that are gently used, almost new, and extra nice.
Yes.
So they want to come early and take a look at things before the luncheon, and then have a wonderful luncheon.
Now, is it going to be clothing or just whatever?
And whatever, be jewelry too. So it'll be lovely things that you can get for your friends or yourself.
And people will donate these, or it's just
yes,
an exchange
we're all
thing?
donating.
Okay.
And it's going to be for, the funds will go to Stonecroft that we're under. And they're the ones that are covering. And this is a wonderful, wonderful covering that we have. That's in 40 countries, you know.
Yeah.
We're international. And there's no dues. Just come and have lunch and enjoy getting acquainted with new people.
And again, if it is $14 for the luncheon and all, but anyone can come here, but please call ahead of time because you
it
have
would
to
be
set
nice. The
things up.
caterer would appreciate it.
Yes.
But we take walk-ins. But we would appreciate it if you can call ahead. So
Yeah,
that
you have to know how many deviled eggs to make, right?
Amen. He does. We want to keep him happy, you know.
Right. But this is next week, so this is next Tuesday.
Yes, that'll be the 15th.
The
It's
15th.
always the third Tuesday of the month. So they can always mark their calendar for the third Tuesday. Don't go to the doctor. Don't do anything. But it's just taking off for lunch for a couple hours.
Yeah, and you meet new people. You
And
have
it's
a
very
good time.
inspirational.
And your guest speaker, tell me about her.
Well, she's a psychologist and management consultant.
Okay.
And her theme is how to live a fairy tale life. So that always makes you wonder, what's that about, you know?
That'll be
It's
interesting.
going to be interesting. Our speakers are always inspirational.
And I notice all your buffet luncheons usually have two things that are going on. Like, for instance, this one, you have this exchange of items.
Well, we always have a feature.
And then you always have a speaker.
We may have how to unclutter your house.
Right.
We may have how to put your clothes together.
Yeah.
In a fashion show or something.
Yeah, you always got a couple different things, plus the lunch, of course.
That's the feature, and then you have your speaker. It's not long, and it's over. You just want more when you go.
So that is, again, Tuesday the 15th at Clubhouse 7 from 11:45 to about 1:30. And if you want to call Joe about this, 949-939-2431.
That's right.
And also, you always want to mention stonecroft.org, which is your parent organization,
it's a parent,
right?
Yes, it was started 80 years ago in a kitchen. and it grew and grew until now we have a wonderful attendance and in, like I said, 40 countries and all over the United States. And so when you're out of town, you can always get a hold of www.stonecroft.org and find out if it's near your hotel.
Okay.
And you always have some place to go.
That's a good idea, So from there, you can link into all the different places.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in one in Hawaii. It was delightful.
Very good. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, we do have fun. You've got to come sometime.
All
we
right.
invite them in, you know.
That's right. You have told me that.
And especially special times we invite and we want you to bring your partner, and they'll have a man speaker, and it's very, very fun.
All right, very good. So this is what first again mentioned the prayer coffee, and that is coming up on Thursday.
Yeah.
And that will be at 10:30, and Gate 5, over on Gate 5. But this is in the recreation room, and on Mariposa West, right?
Yes.
One of the 3-story buildings, right?
Just call me
Okay.
if you don't know where it is, then I will tell you.
Okay, and then October 15th is their luncheon that they do once a month.
Yes.
All right.
I look forward to seeing you, Ken,
All right.
one of these days.
Maybe one of these days. Joe, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Always good to see you.
Thank you, dear.
And we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Before the next earthquake, take 30 seconds to refresh your memory about these important disaster preparedness tips. Make a family emergency plan. Decide how you'll get in touch with each other, where you'll go, and what you'll do in an emergency. Build a disaster supply kit with enough water, food, and emergency supplies to last at least 3 days. It's important to have disaster supply kits for work, cars, and pets too. Find and fix items in your home that might hurt someone by moving, breaking, or falling during an earthquake. Know how to react safely when the ground shakes. If you're inside, stay there. Remember to drop, cover, and hold on. Drop down onto your hands and knees and cover your head and neck with your arms to protect yourself from falling objects. If you can move safely, crawl under a sturdy desk or table and hold on to one of the legs until the shaking stops. After an earthquake, help people who are hurt or trapped. Call 911 for emergencies only. Check your home for damage, including gas or water leaks, damaged wiring, or downed power lines. Protect your family and your home by making a plan, building a kit, and practicing disaster drills at least twice a year. Be sure to visit readyoc.org for more information on emergency preparedness and alertoc.com to sign up for emergency alerts and notifications. We want you to be prepared for a disaster just as much as you do.
Under the RadNet umbrella, prostate imaging is one of our most important men's health initiatives. We have an exclusive team of prostate-dedicated radiologists that read thousands of images from all around the globe. These radiologists are utilizing advanced technologies such as prostate MRI, which offers some of the most detailed visual representations of the prostate gland. When it comes to men's health issues, listen to your body and take a proactive approach. Talk to your doctor, begin screening, and take charge of your health.
Thank you for joining us. Today I have Dr. Glenda Romero and Dr. Patricia Kincaid, who are both with RadNet, here to talk to us about head and neck imaging. Thank you both for being here with us.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome. So you both have specialties, so we're going to go ahead and we'll start with Dr. Romero. Tell me a little bit about what are some of the most common head and neck diseases that radiological imaging is used for?
Some of the most common diseases that we see in our practice include thyroid nodules, the just newly felt palpable neck lump or mass, see thyroid, head and neck cancer, carotid artery stenosis or vascular disease of the neck vessels, hearing loss, and sinusitis.
Hearing loss. Now that's the first time I've heard that. Tell me, how would they diagnose that? Would they have a head image?
They could either have a CT of the skull base, or the area that connects the face with the brain. Looking for the inner ear structures. Sometimes there can be tumors. Sometimes there can be infection of the inner ear structures that can cause hearing loss or loss of balance. So those are some of the common entities that we see.
Is it usually just one time that they would have to do the imaging for that, or is there multiple times?
It depends what we find initially. Let's say we find a tumor of the inner ear. So they may get radiation or surgery for that particular tumor, and then we'll do follow-ups to see if that tumor is gone or if it's staying the same size.
Okay. Dr. Kincaid, she talked a little bit about thyroid nodules. What are those?
The thyroid gland is a small endocrine organ that just sits in the front of the neck here, and it's very common to get nodules in the thyroid. In fact, most people by the age of 60 will have at least one thyroid nodule, and the vast majority of nodules are benign, which means not cancer, over 95% of them.
And what are they made up of?
Well, it's variable. Some are solid and some may be fluid-filled, and we call those cystic. Okay. If it's purely cystic, then it's totally benign and you don't ever have to worry about it.
Okay, and then also you would find maybe lumps on your neck. What kind of lumps are we looking for?
Most of the time, a neck lump is also going to turn out to be benign. But we do all sorts of imaging procedures for patients who have a newly palpable lump. A lot of the times they're mildly enlarged lymph nodes that occur after, for example, an upper respiratory tract infection. Any kind of inflammatory process in the head and neck can cause your lymph nodes to get a little bit enlarged. And they may stay enlarged for 2 or 3 weeks after your cold is gone.
Right.
So it's always important to go to your doctor and have your doctor check it out to see if it's a lump to worry about. But like I said, a lot of them are nothing of concern.
So when I have noticed that what you were mentioning about an upper respiratory is that you do have enlarged glands. So what's the difference between having the enlarged gland and a lump? I mean, is a lump something smaller than, I mean, is it tiny, or would you just notice it right away?
Well, a lump is just anything that somebody feels. So if it's really small, like a pea size or an almond size, it's probably nothing to worry about. But if it's something larger, or if it's something that is getting larger over time, then those would be a little bit more worrisome.
Okay, all right. And you had mentioned a few different types of imaging that is done. Can you tell me some other things that are used for head and neck imaging?
For example, ultrasound. Ultrasound is used commonly to diagnose thyroid nodules. Sometimes there's also cysts in the thyroid gland. An enlarged thyroid gland, sometimes people will, like a doctor will order a thyroid ultrasound to look, because they feel like the thyroid gland is enlarged. So we'll kind of take measurements of the thyroid gland and also see if there's any nodules that are concerning for malignancy. But luckily, the majority of nodules that we see are benign. Ultrasound is commonly used for carotid artery stenosis or vascular disease. So let's say someone has heart disease. Part of the workup in heart disease, let's say they have to have a CABG procedure or a bypass procedure. A lot of times the surgeon will order a carotid ultrasound to make sure that their carotid arteries aren't significantly narrowed, because if they have narrowed vessels, that might have to be addressed before the heart surgery.
Oh, okay. And then for the thyroid nodules, which one did you say was the best one to use?
Ultrasound is by far the best way to image the thyroid gland. It's very sensitive to determine not only the size of the nodules, but the characteristics of the nodule. And when we look at those ultrasound images, we look at the shape of the nodule, whether it's solid or cystic, what its margins look like, if there's any little bits of calcium in the nodule. And based on those ultrasound features, we're able to use a risk stratification system to determine which nodules can be safely followed and which nodules may need to be biopsied.
Okay. And then how long do the exams take?
An ultrasound takes about 15 to 30 minutes. A CT, for example, that's pretty quick, depending on whether or not the patient needs contrast. I'd say anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. An MRI is a little bit more involved, and that can take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, depending on what's ordered and whether or not the doctor orders contrast with that exam.
Okay, and let's talk about contrast, because I mean, no one likes it. Isn't there a pill? It's still the same. It's still the same. It's always been, right?
Yes. So it's important, I guess, for if the patient has a known allergy to contrast, to let their doctor know, and that way, if it's a severe allergy to contrast, they can be pre-medicated with steroids to get the contrast. But let's say they get CT contrast. When the patient's injected, it's a large amount, so it's important to be hydrated before the exam. Anyway, when they get the contrast, the patients will feel kind of a hot flush feeling, and they may feel the sensation they have to go to the bathroom, and that's a normal sensation. But the most important thing for if you have to have a contrast exam is to be hydrated, so that the technologist can start the IV pretty easily.
She's referring to the iodine contrast that we use for CT imaging. For MRIs, we use a different kind of contrast called gadolinium, and that is super easy to get, really very few effects, and really no medical concerns unless you have very severe renal failure, and then there may be some concerns.
Okay, all right, great. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell us?
Just for general patients, if you have to have imaging, if you have previous exams from another institution, it's really important that you bring them so that we can compare to make sure that something's been stable over a period of time, or if it's growing. That's extremely important.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you both so much. I appreciate the information.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
And for more information about what we've discussed here, please visit radnet.com. Thank you for joining us.
This is how we burger, brew, and cue. Pick a town. Arrive hungry, real hungry. Start with a massive burger. Charred, juicy, add bacon, a buttery bun, piled high. Serve it up, wash it down. Creamy, hoppy, fruity, malty. We're not done yet. Q-time, deep fried, sauce soaked, pork ribs, meaty, tender. I'm full. Where to next?
All new Burgers, Brew, and Q. Tuesday at 9. Cooking Channel. Stay fired up.
Trust the experts at Universal Carpet for all your flooring needs. Now get 50% off pet stain resistant and hyperallergenic carpet, porcelain tile, wood laminate and waterproof flooring, and complete kitchen and bath remodels. Plus get 5-year 0% financing, including free installation and free furniture removal. Our convenient showrooms are just minutes away in Irvine and Huntington Beach, or call 866-402-2747 for our free in-home shopping service. Universal Carpet, the low price leader for over 20 years.
Well, right down the street here at the Lake Hills Corporate Park in Laguna Hills is the new Braille Institute Neighborhood Center. And I'm here with Sandra Albert, who is the Field Services Manager.
We wanted to be able to be part of this community. We know that there's a lot of seniors that are in need of our services. And so this Laguna Hills Neighborhood Center will help us provide that service locally, provide that one-on-one home service, and also all of our core classes and services here. Yeah, and for now and today and many years to come, we're very excited to be here.
Now, how does this differ for your regional centers? Is it just a smaller, more concentrated center?
More concentrated, and also the programming will be a bit different.
Okay.
Since we will be concentrating on 4 to 6 week classes. That way, whenever somebody new is coming in, we'll be able to have that circulating program that will be able to service the people that are coming in fresh. So as soon as you start noticing that you're having difficulty with daily living activities, anything from dialing your phone, a phone number, anything from reading your mail to putting on makeup, things like that, we can start helping you, making sure that you're aware of what's available to help you to continue to do things on your own.
You were helping people at the point where hopefully they've been to their eye care specialist, they figured out what type of a problem they may have, and going forward, they may need some added help just to get through the day.
Yes, definitely. We always want to emphasize that they keep on going to their eye doctor, and especially if they're coming in for the first time, we want to make sure that we know exactly what their eye condition is and what's their remaining vision. How can we maximize that remaining vision that they have? So we do have a doctor's referral form. Call us and we'll mail it to you. Let us know what your goals are.
Okay.
What difficulties are you having? And that's when we also, for people who can't come to us, I'm very happy that we'll be able to provide that one-on-one at their home.
Right.
Because there we
That's
will be
important,
able,
the one-on-one
we'll be able to assess their needs, make up a plan of action, and target the goals that they want to reach.
All right. Yeah. What's nice today compared to even just 5-10 years ago is in the home, people nowadays have different kinds of devices, whether it's tablets or even their phone, that often have great accessibility for people who are having problems with their sight and can really help them out, right?
Yes, definitely. We're very excited. Our technology center, our connection point, that's what we call it, it's one of our most popular program actually, because people are coming in and we're showing them how they can stay connected to their loved ones.
Yeah.
So by learning how to use the iPhone, the iPad, being able to download their books, text, read their emails and all of that through their devices, it's a great program.
All these devices have ways to make the type larger. Of course, you can now dictate into them. They can read for you whatever you want. And this is something that if they can't make it out to an Apple store and an Android store or whatever it might be, they can come over here and you can show them how to get the benefit, right?
Yes, and try them out before you purchase them. Make sure that you know if it's the right fit for you. And it's all a one-on-one. Bob, our access technology specialist, will be able to help you one-on-one.
Fantastic. Now, what is the cost of somebody coming in here?
Yes, our services are totally free. Thanks to the wonderful people here, our local donors who provide, yes.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, you just opened here. What are your hours of operation?
Yes, we open at 8:30, Monday through Friday, and close at 5 o'clock.
Okay, and we want to emphasize that this is at the Lake Hills Corporate Park, right?
It's right next to the clock tower and right in back of the second driveway.
Yeah, so it's really easy to get to. So, of course, there's the BrailleInstitute.org, there's the website there, and there's the 800 number, but there's a local number here for this center, right?
Yes, yes. Anyone wanting more information about our programs and services or wanting to schedule a low vision consultation, wanting me to mail them the doctor's referral form so they can get started, they can call our 949 area code 330-5062. So that's area code 949-330-5062.
Very good. And of course, you can go online, BrailleInstitute.org, to kind of start things up again and start from there and then get the local number here. Fantastic that you're here with your new neighborhood center. Thank you very much, Sandra. A pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much for having us.
This one is going to be a challenge for me.
Everything's moving 100 miles an hour.
This is your worst nightmare. Get out! Please, bring your dish forward.
MasterChef, Wednesdays, or watch anytime on demand or Fox Now.
Well, unfortunately, we have some sad news to report here. A good friend of our station here, Larry Strauss, passed away, and somebody who was a great supporter of us and was actively involved with our station here. He was produced an entertainment program that we did for quite a while. He did that along with Tony Barr, and he would appear on our show quite often. He was very, very active in the community and quite an actor in his own right. One of the productions that he was involved with that came out, about 8-9 years ago, was called White Knuckles, and it was about a couple dealing with many different things, but one of them, part of that program, or that movie, was about Parkinson's, and Larry did suffer from Parkinson's disease for quite a few years. And, you know, like I said, he was a real part of us up here. He would come often and visit us, even later on. In fact, he was probably up visiting us maybe, about 3 months ago or so, and always supported us. Just a great person, very talented. He did other movies as well, small little parts. One of them was with Walter Matthau, and several other movies. He also appeared in the spots for the National Parkinson's campaign that we showed here as well. So he will definitely be missed. So we wish the best for all his friends and family.
For one night only at the Performing Arts Center, the former lead singer for Santana.
Are you sure you like that?
He'll be performing a mixture of Motown and traditional R&B that will take you back to the magical days of your youth, plus greats from his years with Santana. Don't miss this one night only, November 10, 11-time Grammy Award winner Tony Lindsay at the Performing Arts Center.
Very interesting movie that we have for you today that had just great reviews on it. It's called Yesterday, and the best way to describe this, it's sort of like an alternate universe kind of movie. It's about a young man, Jack Malik, is a struggling singer-songwriter in an English seaside town whose dreams of fame are rapidly eroding. Despite the fierce devotion and support of his childhood best friend, and after a freak bus accident, during a mysterious global blackout, Jack wakes up to discover that the Beatles have never existed. He goes on performing songs by the greatest band in history to a world that has never heard them, and becomes an overnight sensation with the help of his agent and girlfriend. And it's just a really great movie. Very different, of course. You get to hear some good Beatles songs, and kind of a surprise at the end the way they do this here. But as I said, it's sort of an alternate universe kind of a movie, and it stars Himesh Patel as Jack. You saw Lily James there, and you might recognize her. She was in Downton Abbey, the TV series, for a while, and also was in Disney's Cinderella movie. And also Sophia Di Martino. Good movie. I think you will really enjoy this. All right, the weather today, pretty much a carbon copy of what we had yesterday. We should hit the low to mid 80s today, and then as we go forward, cooler on Wednesday. As I said, we could actually be seeing some Santa Ana winds coming up Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe Friday. Despite that, we cool off on Friday and, Wednesday and Thursday. There is a chance that these winds will start to come up. We'll see how strong they get here. But overall, not a bad week. Hopefully those winds don't cause any problems around Orange County today. Again, as I just said, kind of a carbon copy of what we had yesterday around the area. Just really nice out today. There's Barbara Lake right there. All right, we will see you tomorrow. You take care. Bye-bye.